Coaches are vital at all levels, nurturing players from grassroots to podium, and they hold a key role in player development. The BWF has been helping to enhance the knowledge, expertise and skills of the global coaching network, and in the latest edition of the World Coaching Conference held in Glasgow, a high-quality lineup of experts presented at the two-day forum. Kenneth Larsen, a sports science professor and a former national coach with Denmark, shared his work on the development of players' self-esteem through recognition.
Knowledge is about expanding your experiences, and for that you always have to have input from the outside, and that's of course is the role of coaches and other people who have maybe more experience than players that are going wanting to help. So in that way, of course, coaches have a big influence on the possibility for players to develop it. And I've been talking about areas that they were not necessarily used to talk about when they are doing coaching and when they are thinking about coaching. So hopefully I have introduced some disturbances, some new areas that would actually provoke them a little bit.
Sports science is the study of exercise, health and sport, and incorporating areas of physiology, psychology, anatomy, biomechanics and biokinetics. The scientific approach has helped the sporting world make more informed decisions relating to the development and readiness of athletes.
I think that in every sport, and especially in badminton also, the awareness that science can contribute to the development of the game is becoming bigger and bigger. And there are a lot of physical parameters you can look at scientifically, and you can improve speed, strength and so on. But for me the most important thing science actually can contribute with is that considerations about how to develop the whole person, how to develop the identity of persons, mental competences. If you use a scientific approach to this, actually you can help players to have greater experiences with the game.
In his theoretical session at the conference, the professor of sports science discussed in depth the importance of developing self-esteem in players and how that could lead to better results.
Theoretically, self-esteem is about being able to control your environment, being able to feel, or have a feeling of mastery. You are good at this. If you have this overall feeling, if you are a strong person, then you are better at making choices. You are better at trying to influence things in the way you want. So on a badminton court, of course, you are more motivated. High self-esteem will mean that probably you get better results, you perform better.
However, even more important than building high self-esteem, Larsen places greater importance on cultivating good character and key values which athletes will carry over into their lives long after their playing days.
If you want results, it's a must. Developing self-esteem is a tool for results. But for me, much more important when I deal with my players, dealing with players that are able to discuss, to be critic, to relate to what you're saying, actually to handle reflection processes. For me, that's much more important than results, because probably results will come from players being able to do this. But the relation we have with a player, or you have with a player who's able to do all this, is much more dynamic, much more fun to have for me. So for me, it's really important that I help educating characters and help educating or forming identity of my players, because that will be an investment in the future for everybody.
A men's singles player in the 80s, Larsen also shared his knowledge on the development of tactical and physical skills in the solo event. Over the years, Larsen has witnessed the growth of badminton and the sport's increasing demands in the modern era, especially in men's singles.
Over the years, men's singles has developed a lot. In earlier days, when I played myself many years ago, we had types of players. Either you were offensive or defensive or whatever. But today you have actually to be a complete player. You have to be able to handle all kinds of tactical aspects of the game. So you have to be able to play offensive, to play defensive, but most of all, you have to be able to adapt and to analyze a situation and see what's going on now? Is anything changing? What do I have to do? I think actually that demands for men's singles and badminton in general also, the demands for being able to reflect, to being able to handle all the inputs you have from the opponent and react immediately. Those demands have increased a lot actually. So the demands for handling situations, making choices, analyzing things, we call it reflection. I think that they are increasing.
It seems the modern-day player must not only be highly skilled technically and tactically, but must also possess a strong mental and emotional character. And coaches now need to groom the humanistic side of the player to produce the complete athlete.